tip, that's why I have that cover on my Mac keyboard.
Uh-oh.
It came in handy yesterday.
Yeah. All right. Okay, my friends, we're live. So you are you're providing security services on the far horizon in a ship, merchant vessel that was traveling between ports, and you were providing protection against pirates and perhaps, deadly sea creatures and so forth and so on. You've known each other, during the course of the voyage, although you really didn't know each other prior to that. So you kind of met as a result of answering kind of the job posting to provide these security services. And as a result of the camaraderie and friendship that you built in this 2 to 3 week long voyage, you've made some, you've decided to try your hand at officially forming a party. Once you arrived at your destination, the city of Jute's Landing. So it is the morning of your arrival. The port city is within sight. You have an opportunity to talk a little bit while the deckhands and crew prepare for arrival. And so tell me a little bit about your characters, and I'll do it in the order that I have here on my screen. So we'll start with Josh. Josh, tell us a little bit about your character.
Well, so I'm a halfling, and I've already forgotten. See how Jason's 30 years back and me coming back. Actually, this is a really good question. So where is the... do I see somebody else?
So you're a ranger.
Yeah, so ranger with... there's a... there's a fly, gals.
No worries.
I really don't know how to describe myself, Luis. I'm such a...
That's okay. So that's all right. Halfling ranger. That's good enough.
Hold on.
All right. Next up on my screen is Brandon. So Brandon, why don't you tell us about your character?
So guys, I guess we're taking more like the third person approach right now. So Payman is my guy. He's a tiefling, or tiefling, however you want to pronounce it.
Tiefling. Yeah.
Tiefling. So that means that like he's mostly a humanoid. He is like, if you've ever seen, what is that movie? It's like Hellboy, like the skin tone, the horns, like someone like in his ancestry was magic hungry, arcana hungry, and made a deal with like a greater demon, and like that affected devil, yeah. And that affects like physical traits through the lineage. So I'm a wizard of that kind of a neutral evil alignment. So I'm not really evil, but it's like kind of everything's arbitrary and ambiguous and
leaning in that direction.
Yeah, I'll do what needs to get done.
No problem.
So yeah, that concludes it.
Thank you, Brandon. And it's a pleasure to meet Payman. Or Pyman. Is it Payman or Pyman? Payman. My apologies. Next up, Trisha, tell us about Mira.
Mira is a cleric of the life domain. Her entire life's focus is healing and serving people. She is a lawful good cleric. So
yes.
Her current goal, I guess, is maybe to help Payman realize his. If you're okay with that.
There's going to be a very interesting dynamic here.
I love it.
Under his wing, and she's very trusting. So extremely trusting, like trusting to a fault. So sometimes humor will go over to your head if you're being sarcastic. She'll think you're being serious because she's just that trusting.
Oh, Trish, I love this.
Excellent. Anything else?
She is a human. and she wears heavy armor.
Okay.
She also speaks Elvish and Primordial as well as Celestial. So
Good enough. All right, Jason, tell us about Bunglefoot Tallfellow.
He's a halfling rogue, Lightfoot. He kind of grew up on the streets and has some challenges, really getting to trust other people because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty self-sufficient. He, really, he has a closet. He has a secret performance streak, so he likes to kind of take on characters.
A dramatic flair.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. But he's always kind of looking out, a little bit. He tries to do the right thing, but the definition of the right thing is somewhat nebulous.
Fungible.
Like the how something happens is less important than just trying to do, the right thing and looking out for his friends.
Gotcha. All right. Very good. So, you've managed to, you've completed your meal of ship's biscuits and some salted pork, and just as the ship pulls into shore, into the port, the oak gangplank creaks gently as you make your way, blinking in the mid-afternoon sun, down from the deck of the far horizon. The captain has already paid you for your services rendered and offers you passage back the next time he's back in this area. Even though, for those of you accustomed to ocean travel, this voyage has been a little bit rough, however. Storms harried your route, forcing adjustments to navigation that significantly lengthened the voyage and required non-essential crew and passengers to remain below deck, where they would be safe from the punishing winds and rain. Before you rises the port city of Jute's Landing, a large town straddling a deep, sheltered bay that makes it an important trading stop. As you and the other passengers make your way down the dock, you begin to hear the unmistakable sound of a busy market just ahead. The narrow road from the harbor happens to lead in this direction, so you let the reassuring sounds of merchants and street vendors guide you. As you walk down the gangplank and look around, you find yourselves caught up in an enthusiastic crowd who are watching a street play that tells the story of the founding of the city of Jute's Landing, when Jute Windbrow and his crew defeated the Sea Hag that inhabited the harbor. The crowd cheers mightily as the hags, actors in green body paint, wrapped in green ribbons, fall one by one in combat with Captain Windbrow. As the last hag flees, the crowd applauds. A colorfully dressed halfling performer begins to collect donations. So you got caught up watching this presentation of how Jude Windbrow defeated the local hags, and I need you all to make a perception check, please. So for that, you're going to roll a d20. For those of you who might be new to this, roll a 20-sided die, and you're going to add your perception modifier, which is under the it's in your character sheet under skills. So roll d20, add your perception, and we'll start with Brandon. Or excuse me, I meant to say Payman.
15.
A 15. All right. Payman rolls a 15.
And also, could we drop everyone's character name like in the chat, like first, like IRL?
Yeah, and actually, you can rename your characters. Yeah. Excuse me, your screens. So if you click on your window in Zoom or your whatever, you can rename yourself. So feel free to do that.
Yep, I already renamed mine with my character name, my name in parentheses /
Yep.
/
Yep. Okay. And for I'll be more than happy to roll on your behalf if anybody needs wants me to do it just for giggles or needs a little help. And that's what the dice cam is there for. I'm also strongly considering rolling everything out in the open anyway, just once again for fun. So yeah. All right. So yeah. So Payman rolled a 15. All right, Mira.
I rolled a 10.
10. Okay. Bunglefoot.
Rolled a 10 plus 4 modifier for 14.
Bungofoot, are you jealous that you're not out there dancing?
I am a
All right.
little bit. That's why I'm watching so closely.
I
All
see.
right, and our danger. I will hyphenate your title or whatever. Let's call him the man wears the apostrophe man dwears. All right. Anyway, what did you roll?
13.
13. All
Yep.
right. Okay. So, as the halfling approaches you, you reach down to retrieve a coin or two from your pouch, only to find that your coins are gone.
Oh,
At that moment, you realize that several other people in the audience are making a similar discovery, and they are not happy about it. My friends,
Payman looks around to see if he can see anyone hastily moving through the crowd.
okay, give me another perception check, please.
17 plus 2. That's 19.
Yes, you catch what looks to be perhaps a child or something like that, just turning a corner behind a merchant's stall.
I think a kid just stole our money and he just ran behind the merchant stall. D-Man Wares, I know you can't see it, but take my word for it.
Yeah, and other people are going like, "Oh no, I needed that to buy ale for my my inn." And somebody else goes like, "Oh, this is dangerous. This could grant people access to the drinking supply."
No.
And
Bungofoot,
other
I think-
people are
So-
murmuring about. So yes, so Payman has informed you guys of what he saw. What are you guys going to do?
I'm going to pursue him.
I go
All
and
right,
step with Bungofoot. No pun intended.
Okay. All right. How about danger?
And I do have the
Danger.
Luis, I do have the what is it? Where is the I had oh yes, I have the city secrets feature. I know the secret patterns and flow to cities and can find passages through the urban sprawl that others
Very
would
good,
miss.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, there's common patterns, in terms of how many of these towns and cities are laid out. And you have a pretty, being also a rogue, helps.
And an urchin
in this particular
as my
and an
background.
urchin. You kind of have a good feeling for at least, where these, streets might lead. And you know that invariably some alleys and some, tight little, spaces are going to be navigated one way or another. Fortunately, you're what, 2-3 feet tall anyway?
Yeah,
Right.
it helps.
All right.
are you leading the
Yeah.
Bunglefoot to find this person? I'm going to touch you and give you guidance.
All right. So Bunglefoot has guidance. Would you care to describe to Bunglefoot what guidance means?
So I touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can roll the die before or after making the ability check. Then the spell ends, and it's up to 1 minute.
Ooh.
You should try to
All right.
and see his tracks. Something more consistent than me seeing him just turn a corner.
Okay. All right. So Danger, what are you doing?
So from a feature perspective, what's really important, although I think it's kind of redundant right now, is that I do have insight +4.
Yep.
Also, investigation and stealth.
All right, those skills could come in handy.
I just don't want to use them before we need them.
No, they're not unlimited resources. I will give you opportunities to use them. Okay, so you, for example, you could tell me I want to investigate, right? Or
So
I want
where are
to
we
hide.
with the kid behind the stall?
Yeah, so the kid's running. Okay, and then Miro, what are you going to do? You offered guidance. Is there anything else you're going to do? Are you going to
I will
join your
continue to
compatriots, or are you going to stick around?
I will follow Banglefoot as
Okay.
he lead. I trust in his navigation skills in the city.
All right. It sounds like the entire party are chasing after this urchin. Sorry, I'm just responding to a text here. Great. So, all right. So you run behind the urchin, turning a corner. Bunglefoot, since you are doing this, I need you to roll either perception or investigation check, whichever one is higher. Looks like we have Ross joining us. Whoop, he disappeared.
Hey, I guess so. Sorry, I was getting the kid out of bed.
No worries.
I'm going to
Well,
do perception.
Would Trish's bonus apply to this?
If he chooses to, like if he feels like he didn't roll quite well enough, he can choose after he rolls it.
Yeah,
Right.
so I'll let you know when the spell runs out, since we're not technically in combat. So there, the minute. Ross, in the meantime, I assume you have your character built up.
I have not. I have an old one that I kind of have the character sheets in my head.
Okay.
But
All right.
Ish.
Yeah. So no problem. So if you can certainly just use that, and in the meantime, if you follow the instructions I provided for D&D Beyond, you can also start kind of recreating your character. If you have any questions, let us know. Okay.
Yeah, certainly will do. Thank you.
All righty. Cool. Okay. So
I rolled a
yes.
19 plus 4.
Beautiful. So oh wow, beautiful. Okay. So yes, you, first of all, you reacted very quickly, and you were able to anticipate where this little street rat might have been heading off to. Do I want more food? No, thank you. You can take this though. I'm playing D&D. Thank you, baby. All right, bye. Fiona says, "Hello, peoples."
Oh,
and close the door, please. All right.
That's
Anyway,
great of a 10-year-old.
Yep. So so where was I? Right. So yeah, you were able to anticipate, and you took a really good guess at what a shortcut might be, and indeed, you are able to catch a kid, boy, and he's dressed in rags of sorts and stuff like that. He's hiding behind an alley, and yeah, you catch him. His face is ash, like soot, like soot ridden.
Looking back into my youth,
and he's like, "Please, let me go, I didn't do nothing."
It's like, you didn't do anything. Then why did you run away once everybody found that we were missing our money?
Can I use?
I didn't take no money.
Well, then why were you running away?
Would you mind showing us your pockets?
You want to check his pockets?
Sure, I'll check.
Pockets out.
All right. Yeah. So you do a search. Let's do an investigation check with advantage. That will be Mira. So advantage for the new players. Basically, instead of rolling a single d20, you roll 2 and pick the highest.
Ooh, nice.
And if you have disadvantage, you roll 2 and you pick the lowest.
I did pretty bad at this, guys. I'm very bad at investigating. I rolled an 8 total.
An 8. Yeah. So no, it seems that he does not have any coins on his person.
I think
Did I hear any coins rattling since he was running so aggressively?
Yeah, no, you don't recall hearing anything. Then again, it was a little loud, and there's the sounds of footsteps and stuff like that. But you don't recall hearing the sound of coins. So, Ross, for your for background, you guys all just arrived to the town of what is it called, Jute's Landing or something like that? Yeah, Jute's Landing. You were providing security services on a ship, and you decided to kind of stay together as a party as a result of your experience on this ship, and while watching a play about the founding of the city, where the founder, what was it called? Yeah, Jute Windbrow, um, defeated a series of hags, and while watching that play, or the end of that play, you got your pockets picked. So anyway, yeah. So Bunglefoot, no, I'm afraid that you don't recall hearing any sounds of coins jingling. There are tricks to prevent that, but
Yeah.
look,
I'm gonna try and
but
do.
looking at
I want to see if
yeah.
I can do like like get this kid to relate to me a little bit. See if I can do like a
Hey,
persuasion.
Bumblefoot, before you do
Yeah.
that, I hold my hand up just 1 second, and I use my cantrip Friends on the kid.
Okay. Does friends require the target to be willing?
No, it's any non-hostile target.
Well, one could argue that he's feeling a little hostile at the moment. So yeah, so that's okay. I'll give him the save with advantage. So what's the spell DC?
Mm-hmm. Let me see. We'll have. It's just the fact that we have advantage on all charisma checks.
Yeah, let me see. Duration, you have advantage when the spell ends. Yeah, so right. Okay, so it gives you advantage.
Dang it. All right, never mind.
Yeah, so it will give you advantage. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna work this time. You've kind of rattled the kid. So I think we're looking here at some kind of persuasion or intimidation
Mira's
check.
thoroughly convinced this kid's innocent.
Okay, all right. So what's Mira gonna do?
Jack, I think we have the wrong kid, guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not guilty. And he's just crying.
This just feels like this feels like I know this kid.
Your intuition, yeah, your intuition. This is a no-brainer. He's somehow involved.
Yeah, like
your intuition. This is yeah.
I'm not buying.
He's somehow involved. You can take a 10 on this, and because you certainly know that he's somehow involved, but he doesn't have the coins in his person.
Huh. So where did he hide them?
All right. So you need to ask him.
All right. So where did you hide the coins? Where did you dump them on your way here?
All right. Give me. Is that all you do?
I really feel like, because like I have this whole.
You can either sweet talk him or intimidate him.
I want to sweet talk him. I want to sweet talk him.
Sweet talk him.
Okay,
I want
this kid.
How do you sweet talk him?
I want this kid. I want this kid to know that like his life is where I came from, and kind of like hey, you know what? I've been there, kid. Like this is what I did. Like I lived on the streets.
Gotcha.
Like,
all right.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not
go ahead and roll persuasion
me.
with advantage.
Ooh.
So 2 dice. Yeah. 2 d20s and pick the highest.
So they both are a 12 with a +4 persuasion modifier.
Great. So 16, perfect. So yeah, he goes, oh, yeah, it was me. He goes like, I gave my coin bag to Lana, and he's just like, snot just dribbling down his nose and tears. Like, as I said, his face was covered in soot, and like there's clean spots dribbling down, as he's like crying and yeah. It's like I gave them to Lana.
And I'd be like, all right, see, that wasn't that hard, now was it? So we just need to figure out. So who's Lada? How do you know him?
Uh, Lana is one of us street rats, or excuse me, dock rats.
Oh, a dock rat. Okay.
We're a gang.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, am
Where does your
I
gang?
buying this? Like, does this feel like? I mean,
Where does your gang meet?
All right. So let's see. Yeah. He. Let's see. Yeah. Actually, uh, um, I'm. 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 I'm too low on the totem pole. Like he basically says, like he's too low on the totem pole to kind of know exactly.
I
But
was
he's
just
heard that
following
there's
orders.
but he's basically heard that there's an abandoned warehouse that in the docks in the dock area that is where the dock rats hang out.
Mm-hmm.
It's their hideaway. And he gives you a rough area, kind of just pointing, and you can. It's within sight. I mean, it's not terribly far
Yeah,
away.
we must have just come from the docks if we got off that ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we
You're in the
probably walked right
docks, and
over here.
basically, the warehouse is there are a series of warehouses not too far away. We're talking about less than a quarter mile.
Mhm.
It's still a big city, and there's tons of ships here, but yeah, then and there's, you know, with a little bit of finagling, he's able to kind of narrow it down. I think it's, he gives you a description of one particular warehouse that he thinks is where they meet.
Do we get the sense that this is all he knows? He's given us everything he knows.
Yeah, this is basically all he knows. He's basically, he is following orders indeed, and and the instructions, the scam is very straightforward. It's like, pick the pockets, hand it, run and relay it to somebody who's fresh, and that person takes it to the next person until it makes its way to whoever their local, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
the little boss is right there. Yeah.
So
I kneel
I'm
down in
gonna-
front of him
I'm
and I asked the party what we should do with them because those biscuits on the ship left me wanting.
I'm gonna give you a look and then get down on his level. And then I'm going to look into his eyes and I'm going to say that, there's more to life than being stuck in the streets of the docks. And I'm going to give him a silver coin and
Right.
tell him I hope he uses this to better himself, but there's no strings attached.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's give me a persuasion check with advantage, and I'll tell you a little bit about this kid's future.
See, there is more to life than just running the streets for these guys. You can keep the money too sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
You play the cards right.
I rolled a 16 total. 17 minus
60.
so 16.
So, yeah. So. If you had a crystal ball, you would find that Jost, that's his name, eventually got on the straight and narrow after a few, missteps and whatnot, and became a reputable merchant himself, and had a family and kids, and maybe grew old and died peacefully. So yeah, you managed to convert him, at least show him a little bit of kindness, and that was influenced his life. He got out of the gang,
Oh,
So what are we doing now?
I think we got to go check out that warehouse.
What do you guys think about going
Yeah.
to the docks?
Yep, let's go to the docks.
Yep. All right. So you follow the directions that you were given, and you easily find a deserted warehouse matching the description that Jost provided. It's the only one on the street that doesn't seem to have any workers bustling around outside, or any carts coming and going, which also helps confirm that perhaps the information you were given was accurate. So, um, Bunglefoot, if you would please give me a perception check.
So, and that's I use the perception score
Yep,
on my
you just
character
add
sheet.
your perception modifier. Yes.
Yep. So I rolled a 13 plus 4, so it's 17. So I made it.
Excellent. Well, it doesn't really take you much effort to find a back door that in Thieves' Cant says keep out property and rats. It's a little smudged, but basically it says keep out property and rats. Those are the symbols that are there, kind of that you can decipher. So indeed, there's that back door, and there's some indication that maybe this is indeed where the dock rats hide out.
Oh, keep out property and rats.
Yeah,
So he found a door.
yeah, and it's a back door.
Is there any other door, or is this the only door?
This is the only one that has the markings in Thieves' Cant.
Huh. Because I kind of feel like if there's only one door that has the Thieves' Cant on it, that's probably there's probably a trap.
So I can use a cantrip called a minor illusion, and I can try to imitate the young man's voice to call out for like, guys, where are you? And see if anybody responds to his calling out.
Yeah, maybe call for Lotta, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy that he said the name?
That's a good idea, Bumblefoot. All right, so I use minor illusion to originate a sound from around the side of the building, like towards us, but like we know it's not, like, anyway, near a door. Then I use the young man's voice to call out for Lotta. Lotta, where are you?
Lana.
Lana, where are you? I got lost.
Okay.
Ooh.
You do that, and it's a very convincing imitation using your cantrip, and nothing happens. After a few moments, to give whoever may have heard an opportunity to listen or to hear, nothing.
So would you like me to investigate?
Yeah, you have
Yes, I think this would be a good opportunity.
Would you like me to roll?
Roll for it. Roll a d20 and add your investigations.
So 8 plus 3, 11. Man, my sample rolls are much better than my real rolls.
The practice rolls are always the best ones.
Practice rolls have been exceptional.
So what? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What was the roll?
8 plus 3, 11.
Yeah, your investigation reveals that there are two doors, a front door and a back door.
And the back door is the one that has the...
And the warehouse itself is not too big, right? It's not like a, industrial sized warehouse. If maybe the whole thing is I don't know, 1,800 square feet roughly.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about breaking off in pairs and going to both sides?
I hear a plan. Give yourself inspiration for that plan.
Heyo.
So inspiration for those of you, for the new guys, basically it allows you to re-roll in the event that you have a crappy roll.
Well, I was thinking that if our rogue and our ranger wanted to try to sneak around the back and do some investigating more closely, Saint Myra and I could go up to the front and just act like lost travelers. She can do the talking, and I can see if I can use magic hand to do anything, or just what I can find on that side.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that idea.
All right. So we're splitting up. To recap, our ranger and Bumblefoot are taking the rear door, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. and then Mira and Payman are taking the front. Correct. All right. And are you gonna try to coordinate like when you go in? What's the like a preset signal? You can hear each other with a
Just so
loud
you
enough
know,
yell.
I am extremely unstealthy.
Yeah, that's why we're going.
All the more reason why to put this two stealthy.
So yeah. So okay. So then the question is, are you gonna try to pick the locks? Or are you gonna try to break in? What's the?
I think the two in the back would definitely have more success breaking in. I think Trisha, you and I say we just knock.
Okay, I can do that. I like knocking.
Yeah,
knocking is good, right?
Knocking is not breaking in.
It's very polite. Yeah.
You can also use message to communicate to them. I'm pretty sure because it can go through walls.
Yeah. You just point in their general direction, and so basically, he has a spell, an ability called Message, which allows him to send a one-word message. So like go, right?
Yeah.
And that's good enough for you guys. So on the signal, you guys start knocking, and well, I don't know what the signal is. What is the signal? I assumed it was go, but it could be anything else.
Yeah, we can say go, and they can do a one-word reply.
Yeah, if they're making a lot of noise up front, that'll help us.
So they start. Okay, so you start knocking, and you knock on the door. Yeah.
Okay, I go up and knock.
All right. Yeah, nothing. All right, and so you got the signal from Payman.
Okay. Just knock, bang on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're banging on the door. So it's like, yes. All right.
Again.
Very insistent. So so Mira kind of went like, hello, is anybody there? And then you go like,
yeah,
open up. All right.
I'm waiting to give you guys a signal, just so you know I'm waiting.
Okay.
All right. So no answer.
No answer? All right.
Answer.
Can I try I'm just going to bang my staff on the door even louder, and I'm going to say, old wizard here.
Old wizard here. Whoops. Still nothing.
All right. I say no answer.
All right. You get that short message.
All right. Well, I feel like we should just try to, so basically, I'll see if I can crack this lock.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go for it. So basically, you're going to use your thieves' tools, assuming you picked some.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
And you're going to add your proficiency bonus to it. So it's going to be your dex bonus plus your proficiency bonus. So roll d20 and then do your dex plus proficiency.
Ooh, 5. Plus
5?
3 dexterity, so that's 8 plus. Where else do I find?
I'm pulling you up. Your proficiency.
It's typically 2.
Yeah, it's 2. So you get another 2. Exactly.
All right, so that's 10. Oh yeah.
This door is, and let me just double check. Yeah, you know what? This door is resisting your best efforts to
my best burglary.
Yes.
My best burgling.
I should say by this much.
I couldn't get the last pin.
Yeah,
like I got the first 4, but the 5th one was just like
I'm afraid that
doing.
you might need to just knock it down, like the strongest among you, maybe.
That would not be me.
Likely be me, the person who is least.
I did roll a dwarven fighter.
Oh, then it's
okay.
Got some strength.
Oh, there we go.
All right, we got ourselves a dwarf. Okay.
A tank.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Basically a tank.
Put the head down,
right.
run at the door.
So
yeah, just run in as fast as I can.
Yeah. So what's your dwarf's name?
Zork, ZORQ.
Yep. Zoruk. Zoruk. Is that right?
No, just CORQ.
Q. Okay. All right. Yeah. So is he at the front door with Mira and Payman, or is he at the back door with Danger and Bunglefoot?
Can you describe the landscape?
Yeah. So you're at a
Which-
warehouse, right? Yeah. No
Okay.
problem. You're at a what seems to be an abandoned warehouse, just by virtue of the fact that nobody's coming in or out, and you're basically chasing after the people that picked your pockets, and not just yours, but those of people around. So yeah.
Have we checked what type of doors are
They're
at the front and the back?
they're wooden doors, and they're locked. They're fairly sturdy, even though the warehouse itself looks somewhat decrepit,
Okay.
or at least ill maintained. But stout, oaken doors.
And you said the whole warehouse is wooden, yes?
Yeah, the structure itself is a wood structure. Yeah.
Could we try to find a hole on the side that may already be open into the warehouse?
So Bunglefoot managed to look around already. So I think I can answer this one. There's no obvious other signs of entry, or excuse me, places of entry. And the back door had written in thieves' cant, basically the symbols meaning keep out, and rats. And rats refers to the dock rats, the name of the gang that the kid that stole the gold belongs to.
Can I
All right.
use my first spell slot and do detect magic on the front door?
I like it. Before I go running my
so
head
paranoid.
into it. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
mean, those jokes that people say about how long it takes, a party to order breakfast,
Can detect magic be cast as a ritual if we spend 10 minutes? Instead, I think
you want to
detect
kill
magic
10
can be
minutes
cast as a
detecting
ritual.
magic?
I think it can be cast as a ritual, so you don't have to spend.
Yeah, and not use up a slot. That's true.
That's how
But
you
you
using
can
it as a
spend
spell
10
slot for that.
We've clearly spent almost 10 minutes on it already. So what's
Right.
another
Yeah,
10?
exactly.
Okay.
All right, so
Because we're
I'll
gonna-
fast forward. Let's just double check a few things here. But I'm gonna say that there is no magic.
Sweet.
Uh,
So I'm gonna
there's no magic.
Trisha,
So
wouldn't
I'm
the
gonna
lawful
roll-
thing to do right now be to retrieve the stolen gold and return it to all of its lawful owners?
Oh, that's a good point. You have convinced Mira.
Yeah, I think
Should we break the door down then, or at
It
least try?
sounds-
We have reasonable suspicion.
and
There-
Trisha, you
that
have the
this-
means
this
to
kid admitted to us he took the gold, and this is where the
And then he gave it
gold-
to
Yeah.
the
I
guy who
think
lives
I-
here.
I would say that seems
Good point.
legit.
So I'm gonna
All
walk
right.
to the door, and I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to cause the ground inside to tremor.
Okay.
Is that a warning
You
shot?
cause the ground inside to tremor using thaumaturgy. So basically, thaumaturgy will cause different effects. You can make your voice sound loud. You can make they're fairly benign effects. But they certainly will get people's attention, right? So indeed, you can kind of make the ground rumble, and you do that. Okay. And are we also kicking the door down? Is that Ross?
I will let the fighter do that. I feel weird.
Okay.
Let's roll it.
So Zork, okay, roll me a d20, and
Let me
this is
pull
going to
up
be
one.
a strength check. You can use athletics if you have athletic skill.
I did take it, actually.
All right, go for it.
So you said a D20?
Yep.
All right, hold on just a sec. Let's see. I rolled a 10.
All right. A
Yeah,
10, and what's your bonus?
+3?
All right. You break it down.
Yay!
I did say you missed it by this much. All right. So which one was it, by the way? Were we talking about the front door? It sounds like it was the front door, since that's where Mira and Payman were.
Yeah.
So you knock down the front door, and indeed, you break down the door. You can see inside, and you can see straight across this roughly 1,800 square foot building that's basically empty. You can see all the way across to the back door. All right. And the only thing else you see, aside from some columns supporting the structure and so forth, is basically a desk, chairs, a couple chairs in the corner.
I yelled
Front
to
door.
the people on the other side, break it down. Just yell.
Yeah, and by the way, since the ground was shaking, everybody, give me a Constitution save.
And that's a D20 as well, yeah.
Yes, yep, and add your Constitution modifier.
All right.
I got a nat 20.
All right.
I got a nat
Got a
1.
6.
Oh.
6 plus 3, so I rolled a 9.
6 plus 3. Okay, you rolled a 9. All right.
13.
13. Okay.
I do have a modifier against being frightened, whatever that means.
That's not the case here.
Okay.
All right.
He
And
wasn't
danger.
scared to ask.
I'm gonna make my
What'd you
my
roll?
name real.
Josh. What'd you roll?
Sorry, I keep 20 plus 0, 20.
Okay, so a natural 20. All right. So we have 2 nat 20s, one I believe it was a 13 or something like that. So Ross, what was yours again?
9.
9, right? Okay, so Zork and Bunglefoot, the shaking stirred up, so much dust and debris that you guys get a good, just strong whiff of it, and you guys are gonna have disadvantage on your first attack if you encounter any combat over the next 20 to 30 minutes. Okay.
Got some
Okay,
dust
so-
in my eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Is
So
it
you're
poisonous?
Irritants. No, it is not poisonous.
All
This
right.
is just a little flavor, a little color here.
Mm.
Yay.
The rest of you managed to kind of cover up and
Ah.
wait till for the debris to settle. The rest, and then those that failed are kind of, you got that scratchy throat and then that itchy eye that doesn't stop itching. You know what it's like, right? We've
Yeah.
all had it.
Yep.
Zork is a
So-
I
dust.
am a
that's-
fighter. I'm not too bright, so I just run into things.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we got into this
So-
mess.
I
All
know,
right.
right? Sorry, Bunglefoot.
All right. So yeah. Okay. So as I said, the warehouse is empty. I mean, except for desk and some chairs, and
What's in the
some
desk?
trash.
What's in the desk?
Okay.
I'm looking for secret door entrance types.
Yeah.
of-
Okay. So give me a. Okay. So this is going to be the roll. I'm going to use this one at disadvantage for you. But that's going to be the one time. So go ahead and roll investigation and give me the lowest.
As
Yeah.
he starts investigating, I'm gonna pat him on the back.
Okay.
And give
Ooh,
him guys.
giving him,
Nice.
yes. So you can add a D4 to your lowest roll.
And this is for perception or
Yes, perception or investigation. Investigation or perception, whichever one gives you the highest bonus.
perception. So 5 plus 4 perception. So it's 9 plus whatever I get from Mira.
Roll a D4 and add that to your roll.
2.
So 11 total.
Yeah, 11.
Okay.
I'm the worst rogue in the history of rogues.
You are pretty much the worst rogue in history.
Bunglefoot!
Can I walk around and examine and just
you
investigate?
got crap in your eye. Here's the
I do,
problem.
I
You
do.
just got crap in your eye.
Let me get
right?
that
And
out.
he's
Let me get the gunk out.
I can't find anything. This is the last time you roll a disadvantage because of the stuff on your eye and in your eye.
Ugh,
So
all right.
somebody else want to take a stab at examining? Okay, Payman is going to do it.
I'll investigate.
Go for it.
So rolling with disadvantage, do I still roll twice and take the lower of the two?
You rolled. You were fine. If I remember right, your roll was a 13, wasn't it?
Yes, 13.
Yeah. You're fine. You're fine.
Perfect.
Only Bunglefoot and Zork ended up failing.
So 16 plus 5, 21.
Okay, you've noticed something that should have been pretty obvious, but unfortunately, our friendly neighborhood rogue did not fail to.
I had stuff
spot
in my
this.
eyes.
But basically, the ground by the desk, it seems to have been, like the debris and the dirt or whatever, it seems to have been moved, right? It looks like it's scraped. And as a result of that, under the desk, you notice what is, as far as you're concerned, a very clear outline of a trap door.
Ooh.
Bunglefoot, was the dust more dense at your height? Or
Is
I
that a
had
short
stuff in
joke?
my eyes. Rogue, I'm serious.
I think we just heard a.
out, and so party. There's obviously a trap door over here. Do you guys want to go in guns blazing, or
Can we listen at it? Can we hear anything underneath?
maybe your ears work better than your eyes? You can try.
Yeah, I mean they
Now
did.
you can do a
We were
perception
pounding on
check.
the door for a considerable, more than enough time for them to hide away.
Yeah. All right. So
11 plus 4, 15 for perception.
okay, and what are you're trying to listen in, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to hear anything
All right,
underneath there.
give me just a moment. Okay. Um Nope, you don't hear anything. And you're pretty certain that there's nothing to be heard.
Okay.
Can I just fling the trap door open?
Sure.
Yeah, I fling that trap door open.
Okay. It's a trap. Everybody make a dexterity check, please. So roll dexterity and add your bonus to it. Or roll d20 and add your dexterity.
That
bonus
was
to it.
painful.
Yes.
13 for Zork.
Does anybody get anything higher in a 15 or higher?
I have 15.
I have 12, 18, 17.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I got 14. Trish, no.
All right.
no.
So all of those of you that rolled 14 or lower, you're going to take 3 points of damage as a result of triggering a trap that flings these darts at you, yeah. So the trap door swings open and rests against a desk, or the desk, as if it had been designed to do exactly that. Stone steps descend into the darkness below you, a spiral staircase. There are brackets on the walls that you can see that are for torches, but none of them are lit.
Are there torches though?
There are no torches, but except whatever you might be carrying.
Oh, they were taken.
Well, no, only your coins were taken. Your
No.
coin purse was
But
taken.
whoever went down the may have taken.
Oh,
them.
I see. Yeah, that could be.
Zorp, and I say I can't take a hit, but I can give some light. If you want to lead the way, I'll be right behind you.
Let's see.
Let's do it. I'm half blind, so why not?
I cast my cantrip light on my
Okay.
quarterstaff, and
All right.
I do have a lantern.
I can see.
Yeah, you can see. Those of you that don't already have dark vision can see.
I forgot I have dark.
Do I have dark vision? I can't remember if halflings do or
yeah,
not.
halflings. I want to say the halflings do.
Yeah, I thought they
I'll double
did.
check.
What do we have?
No dark vision for halflings.
No.
What race are you? Danger.
Halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking here.
Yeah, you don't have dark vision either.
I don't.
I'll- I have a-
I'm
I have a
lucky.
halflings don't.
I have a
But
lantern.
that's fine. But that's fine. You know, between the light spell and everything else, you guys can see just fine. And so yeah, it's a spiral staircase, as I said before. The steps are evenly spaced and only slightly worn. And so yeah, you want to go down?
Yep, I'll
Right.
lead the way.
Give me a rough marching order. It sounds like Zork is leading.
Yep, with
Alright.
who's the wizard?
Payman. Heyo.
Payman's
Yeah.
behind me, right?
Yeah. So we have 20 feet of light in like bright light in each direction, and then
Alright.
20 feet of dim light past that.
Very good. All right, Mira, are you next, or Bunglefoot,
Yeah,
or
I've got
Danger?
18 AC, so I can handle some melee combat.
You can handle the darkness, yeah. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
I'm-
you can't handle the darkness.
I can't. I am blind in the dark.
Oh yeah, you're blind in the dark.
I
Okay,
will
so how
stay
about
close to Payman?
yes, exactly. So Mira, all right, and then who are the last two people?
Probably me and then the ranger.
Okay,
Where's
the
the ranger
takes up
last?
the rear.
Well, because you're a fighter. Don't you have a little bit more hit points?
Yeah,
One-
you're taking up the rear, I think, is what he's suggesting.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm like
cover the
Gandhi.
rear,
I
cover
lead-
my six.
You should have a dagger on
halfling
you
brother.
as a ranger.
I do.
There you go.
Okay.
That's why.
All right.
And arrows and a
So-
longbow.
Nice.
A longbow is a halfling?
All
Your
right.
bow is taller than you
So-
are.
So the spiral
It's only 2 pounds.
The spiral staircase emerges into a hallway that extends for approximately 75 feet. And ahead of you, you can make out a faint light and two shapes leaning against the wall, facing each other. Now, I rolled perception for them as a result of the use of thaumaturgy, and they had missed it.
Oh,
They
Yeah.
do not seem to be alert. And I'm about to roll again because there's a light. And I'm sure you can see that roll. They don't notice you.
are they must be drunk.
So how far apart are they?
What was that?
How far apart are they? You said they're on each side of the
The-
hall. How
Yeah,
wide
the
is it?
hallway, the hall is about 5-ish feet wide. So your typical kind of almost dungeon hallway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at the very end of that this 75-foot long passage are the two guys, and they are let me see.
Are they guys or are they children? Can we tell from here?
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're adult-looking figures.
Okay.
Yes. Good question. Adult humanoid.
Are they talking?
Human sized, medium sized. Yeah.
They are talking to each other.
You might hear a faint murmuring. Every so often.
Just wondering if I can sneak up on them without them.
I
noticing
used
me.
acid splash. Are they within 60 feet? If they're within 60 feet, I'm just going to acid
Yeah,
splash.
you would have to move. A little bit closer, but yeah.
Prior to combat, can I cast blue? No, I'll wait till combat starts.
Okay.
Okay.
How much further would they have to make another perception roll? Like, would they have the opportunity to discover us again?
If you're just going to move within you're basically another 15 feet, so that they're at the maximum end of your range. And if you're turning off your light, then no additional roll. But if you're leaving your staff on, then yes.
Okay.
Whew.
I'll grab onto
So
your
just remember, I'm diminished in invisibility already.
Well, I was going to say if the ranger and the rogue want to take an attempt at it first, I can turn the light out and I can still see with dark vision, and then move up a little bit closer
Yeah.
so they can try to get us.
Yeah, keep in mind that they have a torch.
Oh.
Like this, so
they're a target.
they're in light. They're in light. It's a
Okay.
faint light, but they're in light, right? So yeah. So
What do you guys think? Do you just want to go in guns blazing, or do you want to make a tactical move to go in on another empty room again?
I think we use our rogue and our ranger to try and take them out if we're gonna make any offensive action. If not, then maybe who's got the highest like charisma check that we could possibly persuade them that we're supposed to be there, because we know like their symbol from the door, right?
You know a name.
And we know a name.
We could lie.
So
and
maybe
say
we could
we're back
actually,
here.
maybe we could social engineer them into believing that we're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm not very good at deception. I'm gonna stand in the back if we go this route.
It's on YouTube.
Let's
The
see.
halflings. you
I
guys-
do have a performance modifier of +4.
Oh my God, it's hot.
Melted
I
chocolate.
have like a -1.
Really? That's
Yeah.
right. You're the showman of the group.
I am an actor.
Yes, exactly. He's an actor, a thespian.
Right. And I'm childlike in my appearance. So maybe I can pull off as the newest, and I can say I'm a friend of Jost's, right?
Yep.
No,
You know
those-
two names. You know Jost and you know Lana.
You could say Lana told me to come here so I can do the similar job as Jost, maybe.
but Yost didn't know exactly where this was, if we remember.
Yeah, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I really think balls in the halflings' courts. We should follow their lead on it.
I'll
Pun intended.
You have 30 seconds to decide.
Yeah, I'll go see if I can convince them that I'm the newest rogue.
All right. What are the rest of you going to do?
I
I'm
Stand
Go
in the
ahead.
back. Next to Payman.
I'm shutting off my light and I'm moving within range of acid splash.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I'll keep my
move
hand
up
in my-
with the wizard.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so I still have my stealth I can use. I could sneak around if that'd be helpful.
Yeah. So you can.
And if I'm trying to draw attention to me, so do you, Danger? Do you have a like a sneak attack, or not?
He's not.
Is that
He's not
only
a rogue, but
Okay.
I'm not a rogue.
but you know, you wear a cloak that would give you enough concealment that if if you make some assumptions that these guards are, since they have a light, that they're night blind, right? As a result of being in a lit environment, they, if you were to cover yourself with your cloak and stick to the walls, you could probably be within, within say 10 to 15 feet of Payman, to give him some close cover should he get into trouble.
Yeah, and I've got weapons.
All right. So, sorry, my daughter brought me a chocolate cake that she microwaved or something. One of those where
Oh,
you do
those
the
mug
batter and
cake-
you put it in the
mug- oh,
microwave.
yeah.
And monkey bread, is that what it's called? I don't know, whatever it is.
It's a mug cake.
In any case, it
Oh my word!
totally-
Wow,
Speakers.
sweet.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I have to say, I'm proud of her. She also made these chocolate chip cookies like a week or so ago. Friggin' knocked it out of the park, and I'm like a chocolate chip cookie snob.
Really?
Just,
Yeah.
absolutely grand slam. All right, so you do what you say you do. I just need a stealth check from Danger. So roll basically
13.
D20 and add your Dex modifier. What was that?
13.
Wait, is that with your dexterity modifier?
Yeah. Sorry.
So if you want, Payman, you can award him your inspiration and allow him to re-roll.
Take it. He gets my inspiration. Add that.
All right, roll again.
Now I'm up to 17.
There we go. Much better.
Hold on.
Sorry. Yeah, I think you needed this one. Um,
Get her done.
all right. So I'm going to put you at 15 feet behind Payman. Payman, you approach. No, I'm sorry, not Payman. I meant Bunglefoot.
Yeah, I gave him inspiration.
That's what I meant.
Bumblefoot's
Yeah.
first.
My bad. Yes. Bunglefoot, you approach as if you were meant to be there, presumably, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, so tell me a
Exuding
little bit about how
confidence.
you approach, and so tell me a little bit about what happens. They, as soon as you come within, 10 feet of them, they notice you. I was like, "Oi, I don't know you. One of them says. The other goes. They both kind of stiffen up, but they're not immediately hostile. It's like, what's your business?
I say, "Well, I'm
You
here
ain't
for a
dock
job.
rat.
I'm here for a job. I just got off the boat. Met here with my friend Jost, talking to me about all the opportunities in this city, and he directed me over here. And I was trying to figure out who I needed to talk to."
All right. They look at each other. They look at each other and goes like, Ghost.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Oh, we know who Jost is, but he's not
Message.
supposed to know where the hideout is.
Message.
So go ahead and roll persuasion.
Persuasion or performance?
Oh, I will let you do whichever one is highest.
Actually, they're both +4s off the same. So
Take your pick then.
7, so 11.
I roll again. I'll let you do it with advantage, just because I'm nice.
Oh, thanks. 19.
Much
On
better.
your screen means good luck. Means you get advantage.
Yeah. My cat familiar is here.
I have this is my familiar.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Anyway, okay. They let me just. It's a contested roll, but you successfully. It seems that you successfully convinced them. It's like, all right. So, you want to join the gang?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have come in here if I wasn't looking to join the gang, would I?
What do you think, Amber? Amber goes like, I don't know, Don. I guess we'll need to have to introduce him to Falcon and let Falcon decide.
Can we hear any of this? The rest of the party.
You guys, yeah. Anybody who's like 60 feet away, you can't really hear. I mean, it is basically an underground tunnel type thing, and it echoes, and that's the problem. It's like it's really
Too much reverb at that point.
Yeah, like Danger can hear perfectly well. He can hear what's going on. If you use message, somebody forgot that he had message.
And I just message and I say and.
And
It's a question. It's
and okay, yep.
prompts.
So Bunglefoot, how do you reply?
I can
It's
use
got to be
one,
very short.
one word.
One or two words.
I say, hold off.
All right. You got to hold off. All right.
Zork,
All right.
you have that brandy that you always carry in your pouch?
Do I have brandy? Oh, I don't know that I do.
No, I was asking Zork, the Ross's dwarf.
Did I carry alcohol with me? No.
I'm asking if you have booze with you.
Nope.
Dang it.
I'm a dwarven I'm a dwarf fighter, but I speak Elvish. So
Wow. He's classy. He studied abroad.
random.
Study abroad program.
All right.
They had better alchemy programs for later on.
All right. So they're going to take you to see Falcon. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky. I need to know what Danger's going to do.
What I got here now is I'm down to perception. Not down to, but I've got perception.
No, you're fine. You're not down to anything. Remember, none of these are consumable, right? So you can use them over and over again. So,
Yeah.
The trick I think here is, you don't want to reveal yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Or do you?
If I do that, they're all going to come
You
after
probably
me.
don't. Yeah. So I think the trick here is going to be to kind of see how things pan out, but kind of follow along, right? So I think we're still going to be using your stealth ability to kind of allow you to kind of hide and see how see how well you do here and see if you can avoid detection. Okay. And then the rest of you guys, you presumably you'll try to follow from a roughly 60-foot distance. Is that fair?
Just a quick question. How many spells have we used through this whole thing?
You haven't used any.
No, I'm sorry, just others.
Mira used some cantrips or one cantrip.
That's right.
Yeah, only Payment has used one spell, one consumable spell, or whatever.
But didn't we do that as a ritual? So that didn't take a slot?
No.
No, I used my focus item. To
Oh, okay.
use it a lot.
So, all right. So basically, what happens is, Don goes, Don and Amber kind of, they go like, they kind of grab you, not ungently.
They kind of take
but
me
not
by the
gently
elbow.
either. Yeah, they just firm hands on your shoulder, I think is a more appropriate thing. Okay. And they kind of they stand side by side and they walk up to a door and Don takes out a key and he unlocks the door at the end of the hallway, and then he goes like, what's the passphrase again? And Amber goes like, and he starts looking on his person and takes out like a sheet that you kind of when you look at the sheet you observe that it's actually some kind of a love letter, but on the margins is something written, and he goes, I drink, I die, I eat, I thrive. It's like, can we open it now? It's like, yeah, of course. And he opens it and they walk through, close the door, and they lock the door behind them. This poses a problem to Danger.
Can I grab the key as a sleight of hand after he puts it back in his pocket?
Yes, you may.
$16 plus 5 sleight of hand.
Yes, you are in possession of the key. However, Danger was not able to cross the threshold.
Great.
Before you. So Danger, you're on the other side of this door. You were able to hear everything that was said, including this supposed passphrase. But you hear the door click and shut behind you.
Is there any way that I could slip the key under the door without it making a sound? Or are we past that?
Give me a perception check.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was letting
perception
the
or investigation, whichever one's higher.
Definitely perception.
Okay.
13. 17.
Yes, there's enough of a gap, and if you roll well, you should be able to just
It's gonna be a miracle.
kind of tie your shoe, put the key down, and give it a swift kick through that gap.
Like I could drop like something. Ooh, I do have a pet mouse. I could have it like drop out of my pocket.
You could just tie your shoe. I mean, it doesn't have to be,
Performance.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Is your pet mouse intelligent enough to bring us the key, though? And could it fit under the door?
Probably not. No, it's just a mouse.
Yeah,
it's not like a magic mouse.
Yes. It's just a mouse in a pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're just gonna use some excuse to kind of gently
sleight of hand. Can I use my sleight
it.
of hand again?
Yeah, you can use sleight of hand to do this, and yeah, I'll allow it.
All right.
Just do sleight of hand, and this is the whole action to transfer things over.
17. Can I use? Is it? So I'm just trying to remember. So I rolled a 12. I have a +5 sleight of hand, a +5 dexterity modifier.
No, yeah. So you're fine. That's a 17. You rolled a 17.
Okay, all right.
Which is good enough. All right. So yes, you just kind of very casually just kind of go like, oh, maybe there's something, my foot itches
Oh,
or
my
something.
back!
Yeah. Oh, my back, my diverticulitis. Whatever it is. You kind of put it down, and then you kind of just nudge the key, and just slides right through the thing. Danger, the ranger, will have access to it as soon as he returns from Zoom, or excuse me, from wherever he got banished to, because Zoom kicked him out.
Oh no!
So hopefully he'll be back soon. Yeah, he was just sharing that his interwebs connection downstairs was causing him a little bit of trouble.
Oh, okay.
And this comes from somebody who was bragging about having 1 gazillion gigabit connection, and fiber to the, basically fiber
to the home.
type thing.
Yeah.
Fiber to the home. Yeah. So okay, so while
the rest of
we
the party move forward. I mean, if we saw him go through a door, I think.
yeah, you guys can basically catch up with the ranger. So in fact, yes. So the ranger kind of he just as you guys arrive, he picks up a key, and he says, here you go. And I don't know, they use a passphrase, but I didn't see a guard on the other side.
Do you remember the passphrase? Oh, hey-o.
Hey, Josh.
I'm back.
Are you back?
Yeah.
All right. No worries. It's all good. So you didn't miss much. Basically, Bumblefoot was able to very surreptitiously slide the key under the door. So it is now, you just picked it up. And the only little detail I was going to share was that, or I just shared, was that you didn't see any guards on the other side of the door. So when they unlocked and opened the door, they used a passphrase, but there was nobody on the other side. So that's the only thing there. But you have the key and you have the passphrase, assuming you actually remember it. I'm kidding. I will
We can't
give
help
it to you again.
I
No
remember
chance.
it.
Can he use sleight of hand to remind us?
No.
You could use message, right? As long as the passphrase is.
Yeah, you
Passphrase
can use
probably-
message.
You can?
But
Lead the way.
the passphrase was, I drink, I die, I eat, I thrive. Yes. I drink, I die, I eat, I thrive.
I drink.
If you
I
really
die, I
remembered
eat,
it, give
thrive.
yourself inspiration. If you didn't remember it, then don't. I'm talking to Bumblefoot, by the way.
Me, not him, not me.
A what?
Did you really remember the passphrase?
Yeah, because I wrote it down.
Okay, you wrote it down. All right, so give yourself inspiration for that. So that will give you a re-roll, or you can gift it to a colleague.
Okay.
Okay.
To remember the passphrase to open the door.
For remembering, that's my reward to you.
Oh, okay.
To allow you to re-roll a crappy roll
Oh, okay.
anytime you want. That's inspiration.
All right. I do have that actually that I just remembered as a.
There's a little checkbox that says inspiration. You can just check it or whatever. I say checkbox, but
Yeah.
you just click.
Oh
it
yeah,
and-
I
and
see. Boop.
It'll mark it as being available. Okay?
Oh, okay. So did I do that right? I just checked it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're fine.
So
Just
danger.
remember you have it.
You want to lead the way?
Okay. Yeah. So let's so let's finish up with the guys behind the door, and then we'll go and see what Bumblefoot is all about. Okay. So what do you guys want to do? You have the key and you have the passphrase.
Let's go.
I'm all ears.
Let's go through.
Running.
All right.
Well,
Following along. I'll lead the way.
yeah,
Someone
Bungle.
unlock
You
it.
know
I'll
how
walk
you
through
do it.
I'm relying on Payman to move through this.
Yeah.
Since we don't have any light.
Well, also, none of us know the password.
But Ranger does. Ranger knows it.
Danger the Ranger.
Danger, the
Danger
ranger.
the Ranger. Yes, thank you.
Danger. Yes.
I drink, I die, I eat, I thrive.
Yep. So are you going to unlock the door?
I am.
And
And we didn't hear anything on the other side, correct?
there were no guards on the other side. Are you going to open the door?
I am.
All right. And so you don't say the passphrase.
Oh, he just said it.
Yeah, he said
Oh,
it.
he remembered. He said he remembered it. Did you say the passphrase?
Yeah, he did.
I
said-
am going to say the passphrase.
All right. Very good. It's
Order of
important.
operations.
Order of operations matters in this particular case.
Yes.
It-
We're just doing that.
It does in this case. Okay. By the time you make it through, there is no sign of oops, sorry, I lost my track of where I was. Here we go. Yeah. So there's no sign of where Bunglefoot may be. So what you guys see is you see a hallway. It goes not terribly long, maybe 25, 45 feet thereabouts. And there's two doors on the right, basically door number one, and just after that, door number two, and then a door at the end of the hallway. So, but you don't know which one Bunglefoot went through. So
Can I use message and say which door?
you need to know what direction he's in. So you're gonna have
Can
to
I point?
pick.
Hold on. Can I point to the door at the far end and say which
Yes.
door? I point to the door at the far end and say which door.
So Bunglefoot, you receive a message.
Yes.
All right. So then the message was which door? It goes like straight ahead. Right.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Great. So that's where you are. Now let's switch over to Bunglefoot. Bunglefoot, a long table with benches takes up most of the center of this room. On the walls are hooks holding cloaks, a straw hat, and bundled herbs. Shelves hold bottles of ale. There's a pair of muddy boots by the door. There are two doors on the right and one across from the entrance. So, hold on a second. Oh, I kind of messed up. That's okay. Okay, the doors that I just described are actually in the room that Bunglefoot is in. You guys just see a hallway with one door in front of you, so I apologize for that. Anyway, so that's what you're seeing. So yes, okay. There is a dais and a carved chair on its center. An image of a soaring falcon is woven into a massive tapestry on the wall behind the chair. In the chair is a dark-haired man in glasses. Who have you brought? And so Eamon goes like, not Eamon, what was his name again?
Amber.
Ambert, I believe.
Ambert.
Yeah, Ambert and Don.
Don.
Ambert says, he says Jost, the potential recruit, he says Jost told him about us. He was like, oh, really? You want to join the Dock Rats?
And I say, of course. I'm always looking for a good opportunity.
All right. Roll a d20 and just tell me the result.
Inspiration.
Oh, wait.
Do you
Hold on. I'm lucky. When I roll a 1 on a d20 for an attack, ability check, or saving throw, I can re-roll the die and must use the new roll.
Go ahead.
Whew. 19.
19. Okay, much better. All right. something's a little off. Your instincts tell you this is not a leader. Yeah. And I'll pause there and go back to the rest of the group. So, yes, there are no doors. That was mistaken. Those doors are where
In the room with me.
Bunglefit is. And yeah, you guys just, this hallway basically just leads from one door to another. That's it.
You said there was ale there. Can I go ahead and take one of the bottles that's full and put it in my pack?
The ale was actually in the room where Bunglefoot is at.
Ah, okay. Okay, so there's nothing in this other than just a hallway.
This is just a couple sconces with torches that are lit. So there's
we are
plenty of
one
of light.
room away from booze.
You're in the hall, right? You're still in the hall. So imagine this hall, this long 75-foot hall, had a doorway, and then you go through that door, and there's another 30 some odd feet of hallway, and then another door. That's all it is.
All right,
Okay.
I just light. Let's do this. I put it back on my staff.
You would almost imagine that if there were a trap, it would be in this little section of the hallway.
I know.
Yeah,
light.
and he says that though that there's lit torches on the wall, right?
Yeah, lit torches on the wall.
Never mind.
So
Yeah,
I'll
so you
take
guys
one of
can
the
see just
torches
fine.
and carry that. One of the
Sure.
roles that I had was two-handed fighting, so
No problem.
weapon in one hand and torch in the other.
No problem. You're good to go. So yeah, so you find yourselves, at the door, at the very end of the hallway. You're holding a torch. What happens now?
I say let's go through the door, unless Payman wants us
This,
to wait.
wait, Mira doesn't want to knock.
I do say that, Mira, I admire your.
Through the door, and then you probably
Wait, I walked to the back. I walked to the back of the party. I only have so many hit points. I'm a wizard.
I'm gonna like reach for the door, look back, and be like, and like kind of whisper in mouth to group. Should I open it?
From afar. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna
All
look
right.
suspiciously at the door to make sure there's no
You
trap.
turn it, and it is unlocked.
I'm gonna kind of like open it just slightly and try to peek through.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Oh, I'm terrible. Guys, I'm gonna die. I have heavy armor, so I think I might have disadvantage on, or is that only certain heavy armor?
Let's say that this particular case, all we're doing is just creaking the door open just a tad. If you were trying to sneak around, like whatever, yeah, then that would be a problem. Like if you're going boom, 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 that would be a problem. But no, all you're doing is cracking a door open and just peeking through. So no disadvantage, just a regular roll.
10.
A 10 plus your
Total.
stealth bonus.
My stealth bonus is a 0.
Okay, so you roll a 10.
Is this a post? Could they roll a
As far
1?
as you're concerned,
I was so lucky. That's actually better than average for me.
that well, you rolled average, right smack down the middle, right?
But I normally have disadvantage, so it's better.
Yeah. Okay, so you open the you kind of crack it open, and what you see on the other side are the two guards with Bunglefoot between them, their hands still on Bunglefoot's shoulder. You see the long table, and you see a dais and a chair, and a man at the dais, that falcon banner type thing behind him, and he, you catch the tail end of the conversation where Amber was basically saying, we have a new recruit and stuff like that. So that's what you catch.
Do we know that? Do we get the part where they say there is ale in this room?
She might be able to notice the ale, but the rest of you are,
By the door.
unless we're doing a total comedic thing where like everybody's up against the door trying to look through the gap, it's like
Just to be
I'm-
by
clear,
order
what
of
I'm
height.
saying is
You know, it's like
Whoa.
all the halflings on the bottom. You know, it's like
Always the halflings.
I started
it's always the
gathering
halfling.
at the door, trying to peek around. That's why I only got a 10.
All right. So back to Bunglefoot. All right. Yeah. So as I was saying, he goes like, "So you want to join us?" And you had responded, and it was, and you noticed that there was something off about him. Like he's not the leader. Just something's off.
So I ask him, so how long have you been the leader? What do you think makes you why should this group be the one that I join?
I'm not telling you anything about my business venture. If you want to join us, then we have a talk. Otherwise, you may leave. He's just
buying time. He's stalling.
He's bullshitting you. He's
stalling.
bullshitting you. Like, yeah.
I kind of want to see if I can project some confidence and kind of say like, what kind of leader are you that you don't want to talk about? Like you don't want to sell me on I'm a new member. Like what makes you guys so great? See if I can play to his ego a little bit.
All right. You hear that's enough, Jerry. A female voice,
Jerry,
coming from one of the doors on the side, and a woman steps out, and she goes like, "I'm Remy Falco. So you want to join us, huh?"
Yes, if you're the real leader.
And would you care to tell me why you have 3 others behind, in the hallway behind you?
3
Or
other
whatever
whats?
they were. 4 others, actually. It is a party of 5. 4 others with you,
Play honest. Tell them the truth.
and
protection.
and 3 other people show up for a total of 5, and she calls out, "You can come out now. I saw the the door crack open."
All
I
right.
stepped
You
through
start
and laid
letting
my
me
weapon
see
on the
it.
Mira's
floor.
at the door, so I'll let her
Yeah.
out first.
We'll let the clanker come
The
in.
lawful good is at the
Robo cleric.
Yeah, I'm gonna start opening the door a little bit, and I'm gonna lean out a little bit, like just my head.
All right, hold on. All right. Come in, child. And your friends too.
I'm gonna start stepping out unless you'll stop me. I'll start walking up. I
Anybody
like being
gonna try to
invited.
stop her? All right.
You walk
What
up.
are the rest of you guys gonna do?
Gonna follow right behind her and holster my weapon.
Ooh,
All right. And
I
Payman,
don't
what are you doing?
Did she see me? Because I was quite a ways back from the door.
You were behind. Sure, you can. Well, she knows that there are others with her.
Yeah, but do I know if she did she call out like the exact number?
She said there were 4 others.
No, she was probably watching you in the hallway.
Yeah. Can I whisper? Ranger's near us, right? He's with us.
Yep.
Yes, you're all together. The rest of you are together. The only one that's not with you is Bunglefoot.
I whisper, I'm gonna leave the door open, see if she calls you, stay in the hallway. That way he can have some distance, at least distance enough to use like a bow if things start popping off.
All right.
I act like an old man. I throw my hood on and act like an old man with my staff as I walk in.
Okay. All right. So to be clear, one of you is staying behind. Is that right?
Well, I'm gonna try to leave the door open. He's a range guy.
You're talking about danger.
His weapon.
Danger.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think he picked short sword as his weapon. Interestingly enough.
That's very different then. I thought he said longbow because that requires like 100
I
feet.
do have a longbow.
Oh, okay. He does. Never you mind. I was wrong.
Were short swords your weapon?
The longbow range is 150.
Okay, no, then you're fine. I mean, you've got both. All right. So no problem. So yeah, so you walk past the ranger, and so he's kind of taking up the rear now. The remaining three of you, the other three of you, Mira, what's Zork, and Payman walk through with the ranger kind of taking up the rear. But I'm still not clear. You're asking him to stay behind?
I thought his only weapon was a longbow.
He's got melee and he's got
right then
range. Okay, so it's all the four of you then walk in.
I mean, it's up to Danger, but I'm walking in. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Danger. Are you walking in as well for the rest of the game?
Back.
Okay, he's going to hold back. All right. And all right, very good. So you guys walk forward, and Bunglefoot feels the hands kind of grow a little bit tighter on his shoulder, and then kind of push down on you. So there's some tension in the room. The other guards. So just to recap, they're really the two guards that were holding you, and then two more joined a lady, and there was the guy that was pretending to be the Falcon. Okay, so right,
Jerry.
So we've got a pretty large group of foes here. All right, so anyway, so they so it's basically 6-5. All right, so she basically says there's no need for trouble here. And she's talking to her people. It's like, stand down. So they all, they never raised their weapons or anything like that. They're just kind of, holding on to the hilts or whatever, and they're at a in a tense posture here. We're one screw up away from rolling initiative. Let's put it that way. Okay. All right. So what are you guys gonna do? I think it's fair to say that it's Bunglefoot's turn.
So, what's her name? Remy. So I guess I'm. So I guess I'm just saying, all right. So now all the cards are on the table. We're I'm just trying to think about why we're here. Well, we're really just here to try to get our money back. But I'm also just curious about just what this organization is.
Okay.
I guess I'm just going to ask Remy, like, all right, so now that everything's on the table here, who are you?
I'm the leader of the dock rats, and obviously you're not here to apply for a job.
You're very perceptive.
Call it a skill.
I call it a talent.
I call it a proficiency.
So I guess I'm trying to. I guess I just. I guess I'm just going to say, like, hey, we just got into town today. We were exploring the city, and we found that suddenly our purses were a lot lighter, and we're trying to figure out why that is.
I see. So the kids got your money, huh? They got the best of you.
Yeah, this time. Sure.
And let me guess, you're here to ask for it back?
Mira's gonna say yes.
Mira,
All right.
would you speak up and demand all of the money or just ours with lawful good?
Right. You need to return the money to the citizens you took it from.
Yeah. So she wants to make sure. So she basically says, everybody, hands off your weapons.
Yeah, I'm a little-
And her men do it.
I'm gonna be like, Bucklefoot, maybe you're better at talking.
Let's
Yeah.
say so. So if you wanted to kill us, you would have killed us by now.
She's basically trying to kind of exactly. She's basically
Right.
Hands off weapons, and all her boys they
Mhm.
they they go from resting their hands in the pommels and stuff like that. They whatever they let go, and you can feel that grip on you, Bunglefoot, kind of ease, and in fact they just take their hands off you.
Hmm.
All right. And so now, and she looks at the rest of the party and goes like, you two, all of you, including the hooded gentleman all the way in the back, referring to the ranger.
Me?
It's like,
I thought I was hanging back.
Yeah, you are hanging back. She knows you're there.
yeah, she still knows.
She knew everybody was there. Yeah.
Efficiency, whatever you call it.
Yeah, so she clearly knows that like we're all there. She's been watching us this whole time.
Yes. She
Like,
knows that.
there has to be a reason that you haven't killed us yet. Why is that?
And she goes, I've been having some second thoughts about some of the things we took. And no, I'm not regretting taking money from those rich bastards or even you guys. You sorry losers. No. I was hired to steal a key from the master of the waterworks. And I'm beginning to think that the person who hired me to take that key might want to use it for nefarious purposes. So I'm kind of regretting selling that key or delivering that key to its to my client.
So Amira's gonna interrupt. So let me get it straight. The bad guys think more bad guys are bad guys. They must be really.
We have a crook with a conscience.
Yeah, the bad guys think that the guy that they sold the thing to is a worse guy than the bad guys.
Can I sit down at the table with him? Can I move to sit down at the table with him?
Sure.
I take off my hood and I approach the table.
Okay.
And I say, now, this is a feeling that I am very familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
I sit down and I say, there's nothing worse than someone being worse. That's a really bad problem to have. While we were here to reclaim our initial property, what do you think it means to you to have this taken care of for you? We came here to get our money back, but what if we went to go get the key back for you?
I will pay you what he paid me for the key.
Mm-hmm.
If you can bring it to me discreetly, make sure nobody knew that it was me. Actually, better yet, give it back to its rightful owner and keep me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Rightful owner being Bettina Gearhart, the gnomish engineer in charge of the waterworks. You get it to Bettina. Huh?
Oh, I like Mira suddenly looks happy that she gets to return a stolen item.
Yeah. So you make sure it gets back, and I'll give you 50 gold, which is fair, plus your money, which I'll take your word for it as that you'll give me a straightforward accounting of how much you lost. If you do this for me.
Well, that seems entirely reasonable.
And maybe you'll have a friend here in town who can help you should you need to move anything secretly.
It's always good to have friends.
Or need a place to hide. All right. So yeah, she's offering 50 gold. Yeah, go ahead. Was there somebody making
Now
a
the
comment?
dwarf asks if we can celebrate with ale.
Yes.
So we're doing the deal. Does the ranger have any comment on this?
Right now looks good, although I'm looking around to make sure we don't get trapped.
All right, good. So he's got seems legit, but he's still cautious. Yep. So you got yourselves a deal. She proceeds to tell you that her client is Gerwin Reuter, and so the Reuter family, and he's kind of like he's a noble. He's a noble, and that he hired her. He was trying to stay hidden, but she immediately recognized him because he's fairly well known. So, and his feeble attempts to stay hidden kind of failed, particularly given that his orc bodyguards, who he knows, so who are also well known in town, were easily recognizable. So yeah, you just need to go to the Reuter estate and retrieve the key. And with that, you guys seal the deal with Ale, and we are basically at the 7:30 mark. So this is as good a place as any to stop for today. I would like to congratulate you on being able to get through this without combat.
Yay!
That not everything needs to be fixed with swords, but
That's the Bunglefoot tall fellow way.
Yeah.
Ross
All
and
right.
we're ready to roll.
I am.
So,
I mean,
all right.
if we
So,
had to, I'm there.
yeah. So we're we made it exactly to the halfway point.
Sweet.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Cool.
Very fun.
Well, I'm going to keep hold of this. And I've marked where we left off. So just remember, you technically don't have any gold, any gold or anything like that. But at least you didn't lose any hit points or anything along those lines.
No, I'm down 3 from one of the traps.
Yeah, I'm down 3.
Do you think? We'll be able
that's true. I forgot about that. Yes.
with
I forgot.
forward ins, maybe to say, well, we would love to get started after a rest. We did just get in. Do you mind covering our in fee for the night? Because you do in fact have our gold.
You can sleep here, and in fact, one of the rooms off to the right is indeed like a little barracks of sorts. There's 20 some odd beds there. Some of them are currently occupied by sleeping members
Rogues.
of the dock rats. It's stuff that Bunglefoot is fairly familiar with. And so, yeah, this is an opportunity to rest, get a decent meal, and hopefully not catch any fleas. But yeah, you can get some rest, and the following morning you can set off to find this Gerwin Reuter and see what he's up to.
All
Good
right.
enough?
Sounds great.
Cool.
Very good.
For administration, do we clear the gold,
Do you clear the what?
the currency in our